Good morning. We continue with the financial sector. In previous classes, we talked about what a financial sector is. A financial sector is just an institution that allows funding. When we talk about funding, it means the movement of money. The movement of money in and out. The movement of money. That is what funding is. Money will not just flow in the street. It needs to be structured. If not, money becomes useless. And one of the characteristics of money is what? Scarcity. So, with scarcity, it simply means the movement of money is being monitored. There are some people that are involved. Money supply is systematic. That is what the financial sector does. So the financial sector is the lifeblood. Is the lifeblood of an economy. What is an economy? A system that is trying to solve the basic economic problem. That is what an economy is. An economy is Libya. Libya is a country, it's an economy. So you could call Libya an economy instead of saying Libya. So whatever happens in Libya, there's scarcity. Not scarcity in terms of what we mean by scarcity is because people are more than the resources. So every now and then, we always want more and more and more. There's iPhone 25 now, if there is iPhone 25. If the next one is going to be iPhone 26, people want to buy it. So every now and then, we desire for more. That is scarcity. Every now and then, some people do not have, we have to buy a lot of things. Sitting in this classroom, you have to pay school fees. You can't sit without paying school fees. Why do you have to pay? You have to pay because whatever is in here, they are economic goods. I'm trying to take you back to scarcity and the reasons why we have what we have today. So all these things need to be allocated, and that is why we are studying economics. So part of the allocation is the financial sector. So the financial sector only deals with money. So everything that involves money within this economy, within Libya, is done through the financial sector of Libya. Part of the financial sector of Libya is the Libyan Central Bank in Beida or Tripoli. I think you know what I'm talking about here. So the Central Bank of Libya will decide how money flows within Libya. Any question up to now? No. Am I too fast?
Yes.
I'll get started anyway. So what I'm saying in essence is this. We have a financial sector which deals with money in and out of our economy, an economy like Libya. So the dinars you spend, the dinars I spend, the dollars I have, the dollars you have, the euros you have, whatever it is in terms of currency, it is decided by the financial sector. Any question up to now?
Who's the responsible for financial sector? Central Bank?
The central bank, yes. Well, that's why we call the central bank the apex. The apex bank. It is the highest bank that deals with whatever happens with other banks in the economy. Question again? Good. So, the financial sector will talk about demand for and supply of money. So, we need money. Yes or no?
Yes.
Do we get it from heaven? No. We need an institution to get the money from. Yes or no? So that means there are some institutions that have to supply for our demand. So there's demand for and supply of. Do you understand the point I'm making here? There's demand for money and there's supply of money. So we have to meet at a point. That point is where the financial sector decides. So who supplies money? The bank, the financial institution. What do I call it? Financial institution like the bank. The bank supplies money. The central bank will not supply to us. The central bank will supply to commercial banks like Jamaria Bank, like NCB, National Commercial Bank, Al-Wahab Bank, and this rest. I think you know them, right? All these banks, they get supply of money from the Central Bank of Libya. Is it making sense? So is it making sense, please? As soon as the central bank gets the money from as soon as the central bank gives out the money to the commercial bank, we now go through the commercial bank to get whatever money we need. So we demand for money, we don't go to the central bank. We go through the commercial bank. Commercial bank gets the money from the central bank. One of the functions of the central bank is that they are the bankers bank. Bankers bank. This simply means the central bank acts as a bank to other banks. And one of the functions of the commercial bank is that they accept deposits from individuals and they give loans to individuals. So the money flow through the central bank to the commercial bank to we. Do you understand the flow of money here now? Do we understand the flow of money? Yeah, sure. There's money. There's the central bank. The central bank is one of the role or function of the central bank is to act as a banker's bank. And when we talk about a banker's bank, it simply means the central bank is the bank to other banks. Other banks, like Jumaria Bank, Al-Wahab Bank, National Commercial Bank, all these banks, they get their funding, they get the cash they give to us from the central bank. So the central, now as soon as the central bank gives to the commercial bank gives it out to we customers. So now that takes us to the demand for. We customers demand for cash, yes or no? Because we spend cash daily, isn't it? So how do we get this cash? We get it through the commercial bank. We cannot always keep a lot of cash with us, isn't it? So that means whatever cash we have, it's mostly to be where? In the bank. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Wait. Now the bank. The bank accepts deposits from us. They give loans to customers that need loans. That's why we have the bank. Deposit, like the money you put into the bank. Deposits. So the bank accepts deposits from us and they give it out as loan. It's cyclical.
Yes.
Great. So the bank does the supply, we do the what? The bank does the what?
Supply.
And we do what?
Demand.
Demand. So what are the factors that determine how much more we demand, how less we demand? And these are the factors. Do we understand where we're going here now?
Yes.
Great. So we're going to start with the first one, which is the rate of interest. When we talk about the rate of interest, we're simply talking about the price of money. What do I call this? The price of money. The price of money. Money is anything that is generally accepted as a means of payment. That is money. So money is going to go in and out of an economy through the bank, to the individuals, to the firms, and the rest. So if as an individual, I have so much money with me and it becomes scary, I need to keep it somewhere to be safe. I think about where? The bank. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. Now, I've saved my money to the bank. The bank would give me what? Interest on the deposits. Do you get the point here? You've saved the deposit into the bank as fixed. We call it FD, fixed deposit. As soon as you put your fixed deposit, that means you're not just going to, as soon as you put it in there, you're not getting it back immediately. You're going to get it back at a specific period of time. So the period of time you're going to get it back, the bank would have used your money for transactions, which they will be getting interest from. So you and the bank will be getting interest. You are getting interest because you have saved your money into the bank. The bank will be getting interest because the bank has given that money to an individual or to a firm that needs the money. Are you with me?
If I put my money in the bank, like savings, and the bank is given to another one,
Yes.
like a loan,
Yeah. How do you get your money back?
and I needed to get my.
Your money is always going to be available. Trust me. I'm going to. When we get to what we call money creation, yes, money creation. When we get there, you understand the nitty-gritty about money. But let me quickly come back to your question. As soon as you save your money into the bank, we have different accounts. We have current account, we have savings account, we have fixed deposit account. A current account is an account that allows you to use a check to withdraw your money. It is drawing account. The savings account is also a drawing account. Those accounts, you put your money in there now, you can withdraw it immediately. The bank is not going to stop you. But the most money that the bank uses is called fixed deposits. Fixed deposits. So these are bulk of money, like millions. So when you take it to the bank, you don't want it tomorrow, yes or no? The bank knows that this amount of money, as soon money, let's assume you put $100,000 into the bank this morning. You won't go there tomorrow to get it. Are you going to go there tomorrow to get it? Why do you even put it there in the first place? Because this is a huge amount of money. So if you are putting this amount of money into the bank, you want to get what? Interest. So because it is a fixed deposit account, probably for 3 months, so you're going to go back to the bank after 3 months, isn't it? So what is expected of the bank is to ensure your money is available, is accessible within the next 3 months, because it's a fixed deposit. If you go back to the bank immediately, they're going to give it to you, but you have to pay some fines because you have breached the agreement between you. I'm coming to you. Do you get the point I'm making here? If you have a savings account, you can withdraw anytime. If you have a current account, you can withdraw anytime. But if you have a fixed deposit account, it would have been a stipulated time or frame that you have to take the money. Until then, you can't take your money. And if you need to take your money, you won't take the full amount of money because you have breached the agreement between you and the bank. You told the bank 3 months and you need your money in 1 month. So the bank, you are liable because you have breached the trust between you and the bank. Do I answer your question now? Welcome. The only money you can take from the bank is your savings account or your current account. You can take it, put it in the morning, you can take it in the afternoon, no problems. But when it comes to this is what the bank uses for their own business. It takes time. So you put your money into the bank, you want it in the next 3 months. The bank will look for someone who will be able to pay back in the next 3 months to give your money to. That is how it works. Is it clear? Now to your question. If you are saving your money to the bank,
Yes.
the bank gives you interest. And if the bank is loaning, if the bank is lending you, you pay interest. If you borrow from the bank,
Yes.
the bank becomes your lender. So if the bank is lending you, you pay interest plus the principal. The principal is the amount of money you took from the bank. The interest is added to the principal. These are what you pay back. Any question again? Great. So we are still in here, the rate of interest. So what will make me to want to borrow money from the bank? Is it a high interest or a low interest? Low interest. A low interest means the cost of borrowing is what? Is less.
Yes.
It gives us the incentive, the motivation to borrow so much.
It motivates us to put more money into the bank.
No.
Oh.
Low interest.
Yes.
Low interest means you can borrow more money at a cheaper rate.
Low interest.
Don't worry, I'm going to explain it again. Listen. Rate of interest, please focus here.
Okay.
Rate of interest is the price of money. Here I said the cost of borrowing, the benefit of saving. The cost of borrowing, the benefit of saving. If the cost of borrowing increases, will you borrow more? If the cost of borrowing, do you know what cost is?
Yes.
What is cost?
Cost.
What is cost?
The amount of money you pay for something.
Thank you. Now that is price.
It's the same way.
It's not. This is the problem. A lot of students fail economics because they interswitch their meanings. Cost is the amount spent in the cost of producing a product. It's not the amount of money you pay. The amount of money you pay is the price of this product. But the amount you pay in the cost of producing a product, that is cost. I will. Hold on, please. There's price. There are a lot of things that are missing, but we're going to explore this. There are a lot of things that are missing, but trust me, you will understand more in this class. There's cost. There's price. They're not the same. Price, how much did you buy this? That is the price. But what brings about that price? It starts from what? The cost. Cost is the amount you spend to make sure this product is available for sale. So you would have spent so much to make sure this product is available. Yes or no? You have produced this product. The amount you spent to produce this product is what? The cost. The amount you sold this product is what? Is it the same? Do we understand the difference between cost and price now? That is why, when you are calculating your profit is TR minus TC. TR is P and Q. So if you are telling me that P is part of TC, why is it in TR? This is the formula for profit. So if you want to know if you are making the profit or not, you get to know what? Through your total revenue minus your total cost. So you make profit if your TR is greater than your TC. So profit tells you the cost and the price you have paid on our product. So price multiplied by quantity gives us total revenue. Cost is different. Do we understand now, please? Are we convinced?
Yes.
Great. So, don't worry, I always go back. It's okay for me, I always go back. But where we are going is a high interest rate, and a low interest rate. If interest rate is increasing, does it reduce the amount? Is it becoming cheaper or expensive to borrow? Expensive to borrow. Because what the interest rate is increasing. And we said interest rate is the cost of borrowing. So if we have to pay so much when we borrow, does it make sense again? No. We won't be able to make profit because then our TC will be greater than our TR. So it's not profitable. As an individual, as a business, we are into a business to make what? Profits. So if you want to make profit, it means your cost has to what? Reduce. Do we understand? So an increase in interest rate reduces the demand for money. A fall in interest rate increases the demand for money. Does it make sense now? A rise in interest rate reduces the demand for money. There's inverse relationship. What do I call it? Inverse relationship between interest rates and demand for money. What is demand? The amount of goods or services firms are willing or consumers are willing to buy at a given point in time. The law of demand says the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded. The lower the price, the higher the quantity demanded. So there's inverse relationship. We buy more when it is cheaper. We buy less when it is expensive, yes or no? So that's the same as rate of interest. But as soon as the rate of interest increases, savers, people that want to save money, would be willing to save more because it becomes beneficial to them. Spending will be less because there's no money flowing in the economy. Money is going back to the bank. Do we get it? And based on the law of supply, the higher the price, the higher the quantity supplied. There is a positive relationship between supply and price. Yes or no? So as soon as the interest rate increases, banks will be willing to give out loans because they're going to be able to make profits. Any question about rate of interest? Is interest rate clear now, please? Great. The second one is the cost of capital. When we talk about capital, we're talking about equipment, machines, technology. We use these things for production. That's why capital is. What is capital, please? Capital. I'm not saying business, capital, money. No. What is capital in economics? Yes, please.
The head of the money.
No. Try to speak in English, please. Okay. And please, whatever he said, I don't want anybody to laugh at him. He's trying to make sense out of something.
When you open like a business, the money that you open, that's the
You are right. That is business. I want capital in economics. It is not the same. Please listen. Economics is different from business. Business is an activity to buy and sell. Economics is social science, which deals with relationship between heirs and scarce that have alternative uses. We have the factors of production. We have land, labor, capital, and enterprise. Yes or no? Yes or no, please?
Yes.
So this is capital. Capital is human made goods that helps in the production of goods and services. So capital is what we use to produce other goods. This is my laptop. It is capital because I use it in services. That's the air conditioner. It is capital because it gives us a service. This board is capital. This is what capital is in economics. Do we get it? Do we understand capital here? So the reward for capital is interest. It will every time increase. It will every time what? Increase. Any question up to now? Do we understand what capital is here in economics? Capital in business is money. The amount of money invested into a business, capital. In accounting, it is money, yes. But when it comes to economics, what? Capital is wealth. Wealth. So you can also, this is the definition for capital. And you can say capital is the wealth used in producing other wealth. That's capital. So you can write this definition or this. They are what? The same. Because whatever you have that you use in producing other things is capital. Is it clear? Any question up to now? Good. So if the cost of equipment, the cost of machine are expensive, it means we need more money to be able to buy it. Yes or no? Yes or no, please? Great. So let's assume this is my equipment. This is what I use as my equipment. I need another one. And the price has risen over time. So before now, maybe I used to buy it 500, but now it becomes 1,000. So it means I need more money to be able to buy it, yes or no? So that means as soon as the cost of capital increases, we need more commitment to be able to buy whatever we need to buy, yes or no? And also, banks will have to supply more than what they used to supply. Because what we used to get before now is not enough for what we want to get now. Before now, we go to the bank to get 500 to get this. But now the bank has to provide you with 700 or 1,000 to be able to get this, yes or no? So banks have to supply more. But it will be expensive for us to buy. So we won't want to buy. Do you understand cost or not?
Yeah.
So if the cost of equipment is high, the demand for money would reduce. But the supply will also try to increase. Any question about that? The next one. I think I have double P of that. Great. No, let me finish this. Then we have government policy. When we're talking about government policy, we're talking about instruments, things that put the economy into shape. So we have different policies. We have monetary policy, we have fiscal policy. For monetary policy is the use of interest rates, money supply, foreign exchange rate to manipulate the economy. Then we have the fiscal policy, which is the use of taxation and subsidy. So we have fiscal policy, which is the use of taxation and subsidy to correct or to manipulate or to achieve macroeconomic objectives. That is government. Government is an institution that guides us. So whatever they have to do, they don't just say it. They come up with what? Policies. Or we call it policy instrument, like monetary policy. So, if government of Libya wants to ensure that money supply reduces within Libya, they will use what we call contractionary monetary policy. Contractionary monetary policy. Because in monetary policy we have expansionary and contractionary. There's expansionary if we want money to flow in Libya, and there's contractionary if we want money flow to reduce. One of the reasons why the Libyan government might use contractionary monetary policy is to reduce inflation, especially what we call demand pull. Demand pull inflation. When we talk about demand pull inflation, it simply means there's high cost, there's high price on goods because demand for goods are more than the supply of goods. As a business or as a firm, you tend to want to pay to supply more if the price is what? High, yes or no? So most of the time, these things that we buy, their prices are high because suppliers want it to be higher. So if the demand for certain goods, like this is a marker, if demand for this marker increases, the price is going to what? to rise. So if this continues to occur, it is what we call what? Demand pull inflation. Demand pull what? Inflation. So there is inflation because a lot of people demand for goods. And that's why the prices are what? Increasing. Do we understand? So do we understand what I'm saying here or not? No. There is demand for goods. That means you want to buy things. So if everybody in this class needs a marker, so that means the demand for marker increases, yes or no?
Yes.
Good. As soon as the demand for marker increases, the seller of markers, they will increase the price. Why do they have to increase the price? No.
Because it's a lot of demand.
No.
This market.
No. Why do they have to increase the price?
مثلا to لا مش because they all people take.
It's okay. They have to increase the demand. Listen, let me tell you something. It is easy to pass this subject if you can really think as if there's no box.
I know it's like a mystery.
It's okay, don't worry, it's fine. At least you are trying. I appreciate that. The reason why firms would want to increase the price of this product is that it is that opportunity they have to make profits. You know, when you're not selling, nobody buys what you sell. You can even reduce the price, yes or no? But when people want to buy what you sell, that is an opportunity for you to maximize profit. Because at that point in time, everybody wants what you sell. So most of the time, firms, they react to the actions of consumers. They don't just increase the price. They increase the price because the demand is increasing. That is an opportunity for them to maximize profit. Do we get the point I'm making here?
Yes.
Great. So, if government of Libya figure out that there is inflation in Libya, the first thing it has to do is use contractionary fiscal or monetary policy. This policy would reduce money flow. If government of Libya uses contractionary monetary policy like a high interest rate, people will start thinking about saving than spending. Yes or no? Spending brings about demand and inflation, isn't it? But now people are not spending; they are putting their money in the bank. Businesses are not going to sell, or are they going to sell? Yeah, sure. I'm going to try. This is how I am, but I'm going to try again. Okay. So what I'm saying is this: government of Libya wants to reduce inflation. What is inflation? A persistent rise in the price of goods and services. That is inflation. Yes or no? Do we understand what inflation is?
Yes.
A persistent rise in the price of goods and services. So let's assume the price of goods continue to soar or increase over time in Libya. The government of Libya has to do something about it. One of the things the government of Libya could do is to use monetary policy. Monetary policy. So the government of Libya wants to, yes.
Mr. Who is the responsible for the inflation and deflation that's in the economy?
Okay. Inflation occurs because there is demand for goods. Is the price, we call it the price mechanism. What do I call it? We have the price mechanism. The price mechanism. The price mechanism is the demand for and the supply of. So prices increase or decreases based on our demand. So we act, suppliers react. Your action is about my reaction, just like in the classroom. If you disturb my class, I react towards it. I'm not going to react if you are doing the right thing. That is how the market works. Firms, they wait for you to act, then they react. And that's what we call the price mechanism. So if supply is increasing more than demand, price falls. If demand is increasing more than supply, price increases. So that is how it works. It's always about a chain reaction. Chain reaction, that is physics anyway. Chain reaction. Do we get it? Do I answer your question now?
Yes.
So the price of goods and services are determined by the demand for and the supply of. Clear? Great. Now, back to policy. I'm talking about inflation. So if the government of Libya wants to reduce the price of goods and services, one of the things the government of Libya would do is to increase the interest rate. Not the government of Libya, but the Central Bank of Libya. So the Central Bank of Libya would increase the interest rate. As soon as the Central Bank of Libya does that, what happens? A lot of people would want to save money into the bank, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes.
Save as because we said the benefit of saving. But why is it that in Libya they don't use interest rate? They don't use interest rate because Libya works with Sharia, Islamic laws, which does not allow interest. That's why you don't always hear about interest. Do you get it?
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So the government of Libya will not use interest rate, it might use taxation, subsidy, instead of interest. That's why interest rate is not popular in Libya. I think the point is clear.
Yes, just taxation.
Do you get the point, guys?
Yes.
Great. So, but using taxation alone reduces the opportunity to explore. That's why most of the time it is difficult for Libyan government to solve a lot of problems. Because they are restricted to certain policy. Because when one policy is not working, you use another policy. We call it dynamism, flexibility. The world is not closed, it's open. So if the world is open, it means if this solution is not working, the next solution should work. It's just like you trying to do the same thing every now and then and you're getting the same result. If you need to get a different result, you have to do different thing. Do you get the point, please? Do we understand, guys? Great. So, for interest rates, what I'm trying to say is that there is demand pull inflation, which we have to solve. And to solve this problem, we have to use contractional policies like interest rate, like taxation. As soon as we use it, money supply would reduce. People would rather save more than spend more. Yes or no? So when they are not spending, businesses will not be selling. Yes or no? At that point in time, they would reduce the price of goods. Do we understand this point, please? Government policy.
Mr. Please, may I give us a break just 4 minutes?
As soon as I'm done with this, then you have the break. And the last one, no, second to the last one, international economic climate. You want to break now?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
The next one is the international economic climate. What is a climate? Climate is the atmospheric condition of an environment. That's what climate is in geography. We're not there today. So the point is this: if the economy is booming, things are fine. There's economic growth. When there's economic growth, it means people will have money to spend. Investment will continue to rise over time. Demand for goods and services would rise. At that point in time, the demand for money would increase, as well as the supply of money. People will be optimistic. They are certain that the future is better. They want to invest more. There's an incentive to want to invest. And that increases demand for money. If, as an individual or as an investor, you figure out that a lot of people need certain products that you need to produce that they're going to buy, are you not going to produce it? Won't you produce it? I will say it again. Yeah. If you figure out that a lot of people need this to buy, will you produce it or not?
I will.
Yes. And if you don't have money, what do? You go to the bank. Why are you going to the bank? You are going to the bank because you are sure that as soon as you produce it, people are going to buy. So the banks, when they figure out that the economy is booming, the demand for money will increase, they will ensure that they make availability of those money so that to meet up with increasing demand. So when the economy is booming, both demand for and supply of money would what? Would rise. Do we get it? Do we understand or not?
Yes.
I will explain again. A boom in the economy simply means economic activities are growing, things are fine. Demand for goods and services are increasing. So if the demand for goods and services are increasing, it means banks, businesses, they need more money. Yes or no? So banks will provide more money because individuals need more money. Do you get the point I'm making or not? You know, whatever we produce it with money. Yes or no? Where do we get the money from? Bank. So, if banks, so we have bank, right? In this economy, there is positivity, there is economic growth. Things are booming. Demand is increasing. then you as an individual, or you as a business, or as an entrepreneur, there's something you want to produce, but you don't have the money to produce it. But you know quite well that as soon as you produce it, demand for it will occur. People will buy it from you. Are you going to produce or not? You're going to produce. And if you don't have the money, where do you go to? Bank. Now, when the economy is booming, the bank understands that a lot of people would come to them to borrow. Yes or no?
Yes.
The bank supplies money. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. Individuals demand for money. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, there's something linking us together, which is what? Economic boom. So if the economy is booming, it means banks would ensure that they are able to provide us with a lot of money that we need. So the supply of money increases, demand for money increases. The supply of money would increase because banks would not want to disappoint their customers. You know, when you go to the bank to get a loan and the bank is not having money to give to you as a loan, will you be happy? No. Customers should always be happy. So banks would always want you to be happy. As a result of that, they would find a way to ensure that there's money supply within the economy. So when you demand for, it's always going to be available. You have access to it. So an economy that is booming, the demand for money and the supply of money would what? Increase. Clear. And the last one, fintech. When we talk about fintech, financial technology, apps, different apps that you can transfer money without even going to the bank. We have a lot in Nigeria. We have PalmPay, OPay, a lot. So I just have to be here, do my transactions from here and down. I can't even remember the last time I visited the bank. My dollar account, my pounds account, my euro account, I have them here. I do my transaction here. I don't have to be present at the bank. And if I have to update if I have to update my identity or whatever it is that I have to update, I do it through biometrics. So I don't have to be there. They don't have to see me. I don't have to see them because of financial technology. Well, Libya is going to get there. But this is the latest. This is where the world is going. Fintech. Where you have ATM, it's part of fintech too. We have automated transfer machine, ATM. People to withdraw money from the ATM machine, right? Sometimes I go there with my MasterCard to withdraw dollar if there's dollar. So it's still part of fintech because you can even use the ATM to transfer money without going to the bank. Do you get the point here? But the point is, with fintech, there's increasing money supply because people now have access to different ways of getting money. So it's not just going to the traditional way of going to the bank when you need money. No, it's done, dusted. These days you can use mobile transfer. Oh, I need to give you $5,000. Oh, and I have a dollar account, you have a dollar account, I transfer. You need Naira, you have a Naira account, I have a Naira account, I transfer. We don't have to go to the bank to get this done. That is the work of fintech. Any question about demand for and supply of? So with fintech, the supply of money is what? Is growing rapidly, is increasing, because people have access to money than before now. Any question about demand for and supply of?
No.
Thank you.